Boo.
Radio's weird. Speaking of weird, what weird story do you have? The last story of the night tonight.
This one is a special one.
Okay.
Because this one is my first-hand account from my brother and his family.
Oh, you cue up the music for it?
Yeah, that'd be great. For lack of a better term of what to describe this as, because I've consulted with some cryptozoologists on what to call this, and no one seems to know. We're going to call this the fox spirit of Heritage Lake. This is a true story that involves my brother and his stepchildren. And by my brother, I mean my actual brother. Starting around 5 years ago, the youngest of his stepchildren reported a massive fox creature standing at the end of the driveway. When he was asked if it was just simply like a fox that was just like walking around out there, he said it was standing on its hind legs and it was about 5 feet tall. And my brother assumed it was just an overactive imagination and embellishment, so he wrote it off completely. Over the next several years, it was reported by all 4 of his stepchildren. They had seen it several times. Same description every time, same depiction of events every time. A long, thin, fox-like creature would slink out of the shadows, go to the end of the driveway, and stand on its hind legs and just stare at them. It would stare at them until they would finally go inside. Never moving, never barking, never growling. The driveway is only about 20 feet away, so they were always able to get a pretty good description of it and how tall it was. My brother kept on considering it fake and did not believe them. Then, one night, within actually the last 2 weeks at this point, he was outside and he saw it. He noticed a couple other things that they didn't describe. It had long, pronounced canines that went past its lower jaw, and its paws on the front were not paws at all. They were long, thin, claw-like fingers, like a hand, resembling Count Orlok from Nosferatu, the old black and white vampire movie. And it did the same thing. It crawled out of the dark on its 2 front hands and its back paws, got to the end of the driveway, and stood there on its hind legs and stared at him. Not moving, not making a noise. He finally went inside, somewhat angry and upset at its existence, because he said he wanted them to take the trash out and not have to worry about a monster. But he was perplexed that this was actually a thing. He also said that recently he had been installing a pond near the end of the driveway, and on it he had a rock water feature that weighs about 100 pounds. And every time he has it set up, it is knocked over the next day. He believes this creature is knocking it over. At the moment, he is actually setting up trail cams, and we're hopefully going to capture something of this. Apparently, it's pretty consistent, though, according to his stepchildren. So hopefully, in a couple weeks, we might have some images.
Well, we should just go out there and try to capture it too.
I hope to get some images from the trail cams. It's apparently showing up very consistently, according to what the stepchildren said over the years. And like I said, they've been seeing it for 4 or 5 years now. Always the same description. 5 foot tall, standing on its hind legs.
Unlike your garage story, like you never set up cameras there and shared it, this has to happen. This could be something significant.
Yeah, so the thing about the garage thing, after we talked about it, it stopped.
Viv Games, does this stop for you too?
At least for me, it stopped. I don't know if I don't know if he's heard anything, but Dad stopped reporting things.
Yeah, did you actually talk to your dad about it? And he's like, well, I haven't heard anything either. He's out there now. That didn't answer the question. So your dad's actually commented saying he hasn't heard anything either.
Yeah, he hasn't heard anything. It's weird. So I don't know if that's a bad sign.
I don't know,
because like we talked about it, and it just like stopped. Yeah, he hasn't heard anything. It was constantly happening. We talked about it that night. It hasn't happened since then.
Still may not hurt, doing it.
Yeah, we probably should.
But going back to the story, this is crazy.
So, like I said, I've spoken to some people on different cryptozoology groups. They did say they had some ideas, but none of them made sense when you started putting them all together. Someone mentioned, so there is a Japanese fox spirit that fits the description exactly, but they also said that doesn't make any sense because this is nowhere near Japan.
Central Indiana.
Yeah, and so
yeah, I have cameras Luke can use. Luke has cameras.
I do have a camera. I've been lazy. I do have a camera that I can wire up out there tonight, but I'll do it. I'll do it this week. We'll see if we get something by next podcast. But yes, the description of the Japanese fox spirit was virtually identical, and so that was why I just decided to call it the fox spirit of Heritage Lake for now.
It's a good title. I like it. This continues. We have to try to capture it.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get some pictures. If I get anything on those cameras, then we're going to have to do a hunt. Not like try to kill it. We're going to have to try to get some video of it.
That's crazy, dude. Now I'm excited yet creeped out.
Someone also one of the cryptozoologists said skinwalker. I don't think it's a skinwalker. I hope it's not a
skinwalker, Luke.
We're in trouble because if
your
we
brother's
go out,
screwed.
Well, we were the ones been talking about them. So if we go out there and there's a skinwalker out there, we might be in trouble.
At least we'll have it on camera.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is a whole other level of.
When he described those hands, the front hands, I was very disturbed. Like at first, I was thinking maybe some sort of mangy dog or something like that, But then he said that these were not like a paw at all because it didn't have like a normal paw is like four.
Yeah.
Whatever. He said this was like prehensile thumb, 4 fingers.
This has been going on for years, and he just now had something happen to himself after these kids have been talking about it.
Yeah.
Viv Game says, well, it kind of seems like it's beckoning them to the end of the driveway. It's probably like a Skinwalker comment.
It kind of does.
It's even messing with the thing at the end of the driveway in the pond.
So the fact that it doesn't make any noises and everything like that almost makes it seem like some sort of benevolent entity, like it's just like a creature of a spirit of the forest kind of thing. There's a lot there. This is an area where foxes are at. So
they ain't 5 foot tall.
Yeah, no. I just had an orb pass behind me on camera. I don't know if you saw that.
I did not. I've been like sitting here trying to just.
I was looking at myself and I saw it like right past my. Actually, went that way. Anyway, it's a creepy night, everybody. If I get a picture of something in that garage, if I get something out of his house, my other brother Michael has had some things that he can't quite describe, can't quite explain out by his house.
Is it the country?
He's in the country. He's heard sounds out there that are weird. And anyway, so it's not like anything he's ever heard before. So anyway, we might end up getting something out there. Who knows? But one day I'll have some videos for everybody. And I'll try to get them to you in advance.
Absolutely insane. Someone said they rewinded it. They didn't see an orb. So you're good, Luke.
Maybe, but I swear I saw it on mine, but maybe it's just an artifact on like my stream thing because it's always a little bit weird.
Jeff Townsend Media. CG, good night.
And the question is, do I stay here? Will you be back? Are you gonna come back? Will you be back? Are you coming back?